Mm-hmm.
And so there's video, and again,
And so we've been doing a lot of photography as well,
Yeah.
you know, because some of the pictures are, you know, we get art in the best condition,
Yes.
or the buildings have changed so much,
Right, right.
you know, since the picture was taken. So some of the pictures we, you know, quite a few of the pictures actually we have on the website are, you know, updated, you know, full color photographs of what's there today, and especially like those on the walking tour, so you can actually recognize it when you see it.
Well, and this is really kind of a labor of love for you guys, because you know, it's just, I just think about when I moved here and just seeing some of the old buildings and not knowing any information about it, and I just had an aha moment because I didn't know anything about these green markers. Where are these green markers? You know, where are they?
That's the thing, is like, you know, nobody knows where they're. So we have a mapping system on there that you can.
And does it tell you?
It tells you where. Now the markers are a little bit difficult because they don't have street addresses, so they're a little difficult.
But you can say in front of this building.
Yeah, I kind of give the location, but you can't click on the map for that. But the designated homes and buildings, yes, you can.
So what would be on one of the historical markers?
The information.
I know, for example, what would be on there about one specific?
Well, like the Lido Casino would probably be a good example. That's a building that's come and gone.
Right.
And that was actually a big reason why we did that video that you've seen, because we were really trying to start off with the things that are gone. And where that building once stood on Lido now stands one of those green markers, as well as an aerial photograph of the structure that was there.
That's also there where the green marker is?
Yes, it's on the marker itself, and it has the, you know, the founding of the building and a brief history of what was there, and, you know, when it was
and the architect, the information.
When it was built and when it was imploded.
Right.
Yeah. And what other historical things have you found in all of this that you weren't aware of, you know, growing up here? That you just went, wow, I never knew this was even
there's
here.
so many stories. Like, for example, there was one of the homes, one of the designated homes is out near the Ringling Mansion. And I was reading about it, and I was putting it on there. When I started to read, the man's name was Corrigan. And I didn't realize that this is the man who invented the electric car. He also invented conduit, flexible conduit, and this was back in the, you know, the early late 19th century. And it was like, I had no idea these people lived here and lived in these, and they were just our neighbors. And you had no idea when you start to read this information and delve into it. And that's why one of the main things is this information is sitting in files and the county and the city have done a wonderful job of all this, and the people who do the research and so have put it there. The trouble is it sits in a file.
And you're bringing it to the public.
Yes, because I want to have it digitized so you can research it, look at it, find it, see photos of it, and that's why, again, making history alive.
Yeah, and I wanted to show people the postcard. Can we get a shot of this? A close-up?
Yeah, these are postcards I've been sending out to people.
And it's just beautiful, and that's exactly what it is. And who is this hotsy-totsy mom?
That is
she's a local person.
That's a great story.
Yeah,
actually, right
tell us
there.
a story about this woman. It's pretty cool here.
Her name is Barbara Bowers Engel, and she lives in Sarasota. And she was a model when she was a young lady.
And it goes this way.
Yeah, it goes
this way.
And this is at the Lido Casino. We were promoting the Lido Casino.
Because of the, you can tell by the
seahorses, right.
Yes.
I'm having
and that was a Sarasota pageant that she's photographed in.
Yeah,
but
that was an annual beauty pageant.
With her hat.
Sarah DeSoto.
Sarah DeSoto.
Yeah, that was back in the story of Sarasota.
And so it was a pageant that they had
every year. It was honored. Well, it was at different places. And, you know, it started out downtown, and then they would have. It was a big ball. They would have balls at the auditorium and things like this. And so it went from the early 1920s. They started it, and then afterwards it just kept going and going. Then it turned into different other festivals later on.
Well, I'm thinking what a great opportunity your website would be for advertising.
Yes.
You know, that people can get on there because it's a new venue and everybody's looking for a new venue. And is that how you're funded by sponsors? Or?
Well, yes, we're always looking for sponsors and advertisers. We can also produce, when we show the video of the Lido Beach Casino this evening, we will be able to do other videos, or we can do short videos for businesses that want to have a short history video on their website. So we can do it either way. We can have, you know, ads on ours or produce information for others.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back, and we're going to actually show a video of, an 8-minute video of the Lido, correct? And
yes.
You're going to see what Sarasota used to be like, and stay tuned, we'll be right back. Gentlemen, now during the break we were talking about how you're also giving back to the community with this website, with the nonprofits to make it affordable. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes. What we one of the biggest focuses we want to do is help the nonprofits, especially with historical preservation, what have you. And what most of them are in a position where they necessarily can't go out and afford to have a full website that does everything. So what we offer them at a discounted rate is a web page, and then you know, all the other things that they can do with, you know, help maintain their membership and emails and event planning and, you know, selling tickets online for them and stuff like that.
So instead of having to pay the money to develop their own website, what you'll do is to give them the ability to piggyback onto yours for a small fee, much more affordable.
Like a little microsite where they can, like, say, sell tickets for events and things like that.
And I think this is really good for education, because I think that people who, young children who are growing up now, who are in the schools, have no idea the history. They know John Ringling, but everything else behind it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I really want to show you this video before we run out of time. It is a beautiful video on the Lido Casino and its history. So here you go. Florida History Live with the Lido Casino.
Throughout the explosive development during the 1920s land boom, Sarasota's financial well-being was closely linked to snowbirds. Once that land boom fizzled and the Great Depression took its toll, Sarasota felt the need for a modern, multi-purpose beach casino to help lure more of the visitors back to the area. After all, tourists spent money, and some eventually invest or move to the area permanently. However, at this time the city's coffers were empty, taxes almost uncollectible, and even the most basic public improvements awaited funding. Yet Sarasota had a dynamic Chamber of Commerce headed by Roger Flory and an energetic mayor, Vermin Kimbrough. They appointed Carl Bickle, the United Press International chief, to be chairman of the Municipal Beach Committee, and the two groups worked with the City Council to find a way to acquire the 1,300-foot stretch of Lido Beach that was then owned by the estate of the late John Ringling. Back taxes were owed, and an agreement was reached whereas the property would be deeded to the city in exchange for $35,000, a sum that would immediately be paid back to the city for the delinquent taxes. Next, Albert Moore Sachs produced a tentative plan for a Hawaiian-style casino called Sarasance. Yet, in the end, local architect Ralph Twitchell was commissioned to build an ultra-modern beach casino. He is considered to be the father of the Sarasota School of Architecture. When Twitchell's plans were completed, the City Council prepared a request for the Works Progress Administration, President Franklin D. Roosevelt's program to deal with the vast unemployment generated by the Great Depression. After government approval of the project, work began in 1939, bringing much-needed employment to Sarasota. Upon completion, opening day brought a crowd of thousands on May 23, 1940, to see the $250,000 Lido Beach Municipal Casino in its sparkling glory. The official opening was December 28th, and the Sarasota Herald Tribune showed throngs of people at play, diving off the high board, enjoying the view from the second-floor terrace, children splashing in the wading pool, all quite a difference from the glum of the Depression and European war news. Nationally known band leader Rudy Bundy, with his famous radio orchestra, was hired to open the casino ballroom. Dressed in tan slacks, brown double-breasted blazers, and brown and white wingtip shoes, the 12-piece ensemble, led by Bundy's sizzling clarinet, belted out swing-era standards. Everyone who was anyone was there that dazzling night.